Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
What's going on?
Jeremy. Oh, he made this yesterday. Oh, no. Poor Jeremy. Oh, buddy. Okay, let's see. Jeremy. Take a deep breath. Drink it in, chat. Drink it in, chat.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from TheQuartering. I hope you're having
Hi, Jeremy.
maybe you're having a very good day, maybe you're having a very bad day, but it's my job to help take your mind off things for 10 to 12 minutes at a time,
Sure.
a few times a day, and gosh darn it, I'm going to do that. I hope
darn
that you appreciate that, and if you do, please make sure that you click that subscribe button right down below the video. Now, I was kind of, I'm definitely disappointed in the results, but life goes on. However, I am more, I won't say more, but I'm a little bummed that we don't have the incredible salt mine that we had 4 years ago.
Oh, we still have a salt mine. It's just at a different location on the internet now.
Except it seems like even in victory, or when it appears to be a victory, awful people remain awful, and so I shall provide the salt to you. Now, this is a breakdown from a popular Sims streamer and Dead by Daylight.
Sims streamer
who goes by the name of Blue Jay and has a absolute
Blue Jay
meltdown.
I like Blue Jay. Blue Jay is cool. Let's see the meltdown.
Dead by Daylight and the Sims Twitch streamer Blue Jay recently took to Twitter to describe all supporters of President Trump as racist. All.
Okay. All right. So, much in the way of ACAB, where all cops are bastards. Obviously, not the most nuanced take. We could say Amar, all MAGAs are racist, and it would have the same nuance to it. However, the same principle applies. Even if you're not a racist while voting for Donald Trump, you are doing multiple things that include racism, and maybe you don't even know. You might not take an active approach in racism. By the way, racism doesn't mean I say the N-word. Racism is a bunch of different things. But let's just say the hypothetical, totally not a racist Trump voter, okay? Here's what you advocated for. Anti-BLM rhetoric. Definitely the emboldenment of people who actually are racist that vote for Donald Trump and people like him. People like David Duke support Donald Trump. You also don't take any sort of approach towards intersectional approaches to understanding the individual sort of experience of a person that is of a different race than you. It doesn't matter if they're black or anything. They can be any just race that's not yours. Not understanding that being not racist is not being apart from racism. You're almost always going to be incorporated into racist activities if you're a Republican and you hang out with these people. Hearing racist jokes and taking part in them and laughing in them, or not hearing, if you hear someone say a racist thing, not calling them out and be like, hey, let's not being anti-racist, basically. I would tend to agree with Blue Jay here. Let's say that. Let's say I tend to agree with Blue Jay here. But the best thing, with the caveat of good news, Trump voter, you can change. You can learn how not to be racist. It's okay. It's not an inborn quality. It's something that you have been conditioned to do. You're technically a victim. You're a victim that's been brainwashed into believing the lies of racists in the past, and you are savable. A minority of you are savable.
Isn't that kind of, I don't know, that's a little bizarre?
Okay,
That's a
let's
little unfair, I think.
Okay, a
but
little unfair.
it gets even more hilarious.
A little unfair. It's
Blue Jay wrote on
hilarious.
Twitter, "All right, I want to make sure I say this loud and clear. If you voted for Trump, you're racist."
This is how. Yeah, I'm racist. This is how adult man Jeremy reads this. Okay. Just like any other harm, racism doesn't require that you be aware that you're doing it to happen. Exactly. You could do microaggressive activities. You could do a myriad of different things. It's sad that that's the case, but it is the case. Not everyone is capable of understanding these things. However, it would behoove people like us to try to educate people, and I like to. I would love to make sure that all these right wingers are we try to reach out to them when they seem like they're genuinely asking questions, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a right winger and you're genuinely asking, "Hey, why do you think I'm a racist?" As long as you're open to hearing that and having a dialogue about that, I'm here for you.
If you abstained from voting or voted third party,
Oh Jesus, I forgot he was doing a stupid voice.
you're okay with all the isms and supremacies I can't fit into tweets.
Okay.
She then concluded, "You're not allowed in my spaces."
Yeah, I agree with that. So let's read it. Let's actually read it because Jeremy is scared or something. So here's actually reading the tweet. Blue Jay said, "All right, I want to make sure I say this loud and clear. If you voted for Trump, you are a racist. If you abstained from voting or voted third party, you are okay with racism, sexism, white supremacy, and more I can't fit into this tweet. You are not allowed in my spaces." I would say, I don't know if I'd go that hard on the abstaining. What I would say is if you abstained or voted for third party and instead of voting against Donald Trump, I would say, not that you're okay with racism, sexism, white supremacy, and more. I would say that you are complicit in the future racism, sexism, and white supremacy that people exhibit due to the emboldening of a Donald Trump victory. However, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. You are complicit. I don't think you don't have to necessarily be okay with it.
That doesn't really seem.
However, again, you're salvageable. You are a person that is your heart's in the right place. Your brain is in the wrong place.
Very kind. It doesn't really seem like very accepting. And it's unfortunate that people have been pushed to be this terrible.
Does it have to be kind or
Twitch
accepting,
streamer
Jeremy?
would then follow up with yet another tweet quoting philosopher Karl Popper. Blue Jay wrote, "If we extend unlimited tolerance even to those who are intolerant, if we are not prepared to defend a tolerant society against the onslaught of the intolerant, when the tolerant will be destroyed and tolerance with them, then the tolerant will be destroyed."
Okay.
Interestingly, Blue Jay...
Hey, B-Wings, thanks so much for 3 months. The malding from conservatives has been interesting. I work around contractors and most are malding. All love, friend. Have a great night. Thanks, man.
It does not include the full context of the quote from Popper's The Open Society and Its Enemies, which argues for intolerance only if a rational argument is not given. In fact, Popper writes suppression would most certainly be unwise. So somebody Googled a quote to make themselves sound good, then didn't read it. I mean, is anybody shocked out there? Like, literally, are any of you shocked? Because it goes on to say, unlimited tolerance must lead to the disappearance of tolerance.
I am currently watching MAGA people OD on Copium in World of Warcraft. It's beautiful. I don't care if Sargon's being mean to Contra. Fuck.
If we extend unlimited tolerance even to those who are intolerant, if we are not prepared to defend a tolerant society against the onslaught of the intolerant, then the tolerant will be destroyed, and tolerance with them. In this formulation, I do not imply, for instance, that we should always suppress the utterance of the intolerant philosophies as long as we can counter them by rational argument and keep them in check with public opinion. Suppression would most certainly be unwise.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting? It's like literally selectively editing out Nonetheless, Blue Jay would respond to another user writing, "Why can't we?"
He doesn't understand. Oh my god. Yeah, the gap in Georgia's now at 1900.
We just love each other. People can have different opinions.
He struggled really hard
not
to read that.
on
Yeah.
whether or not someone can live in peace and actual safety, Susan.
Yeah. Yeah. Why can't we just love each other? People can have different opinions, not on whether or not someone can live in peace and actual safety. Yes. There isn't a middle ground on human rights.
Blue Jay's comments about President Trump and his supporters shouldn't come as a surprise. Over the past few weeks, the streamer has repeatedly gone after Donald Trump with all kinds of ad hominem names. On November 2nd, the Dead by Daylight streamer referred to President Trump as the Nasty Cheeto. She wrote, "This year, instead of No Nut November, I'm participating in No Nasty Cheeto in the White House November. If you'd also like to participate, all you have to do is vote."
Yes.
I don't get the Cheeto thing.
He's orange.
I think that the Cheeto thing is low energy, in my opinion. In a follow-up, the streamer wrote, "Calling him a nut or insane are terms I don't feel super comfy using because it's kind of mean towards people with actual mental health issues, and he's not mentally unwell. He's just a jerk." I mean, I can't.
He's a racist, sexist asshole.
Say what this person has said, but you get the gist. Interestingly, the streamer also described the government of the United States laws and policies as racist.
Yes.
She wrote, "The American political system effing blows. If you hadn't seen it before, certainly you've seen it in the past few months, how corrupt, manipulatable, and racist our government laws and policies are."
It's built on systemic racism. You know what else is low energy? Pissing in your basement rather than going to the toilet. Got him!
But we cannot take votes away from the only realistic alternative to current leadership, Blue Jay added.
Jesus Christ. His head is literally a grade school sex joke. Is it?
That's
in and out.
Code for anybody but this guy. Even if this guy's not good, my TDS is so ravaging that I must.
Did he not read the
protest.
rest of that? Did you not read the rest of that? What are you talking about? It was what? It's. She continued on. American political system fucking blows, and then she finished with, "But we cannot take votes away from the only realistic alternative to current leadership." This was not TDS. This is disillusionment in the American system in general, which is understandable. If only he had understood and how to read these things. If only he could read. If he only had a brain.
That I must protest. Look, I'm not exactly pumped that we have to wait several more days until we know exactly what happened in the United States election. But it reminds me, these kind of meltdowns, and if for some reason Trump ends up winning, oh my God, it's going to be incredible. But if he doesn't, imagine still just being awful, even in victory. It's like you wonder.
You like Donald Trump. What are you talking about? What? Imagine being awful. Yeah, I know, right? If Jeremy could read, we wouldn't have this channel.
Why? You wonder why people don't like you. You can see this.
No one wonders why. Anyway, what?
Let me just show you a perfect example of a tweet, right? Here's what I wrote. Last night, it looked pretty clear Trump was going to win. Then, magically, hundreds of thousands of votes poured in during the 11th hour.
Yeah.
That's not incorrect. Now.
Yes, it is incorrect. You literally implied they weren't legitimate. You knew you implied they weren't legitimate. You are walking this back because you're made to look like a fucking dum-dum.
Maybe those votes were 100% legitimate, okay? It just...
Maybe they were.
It looked sus.
It doesn't look sus. their mail-in ballots and people that you support, Republicans, force these states to wait till Election Day to be able to count them. How are you this dumb? I agree, Squid.
Right? I'm not saying it is. I'm saying 100,000, 140,000 votes one direction getting pushed through all at once at 4 a.m. It looks a little odd.
Well,
it looks a little odd, right? I said,
no.
This is a nightmare scenario for this country. People will not accept the result, and we don't need more turmoil. Well, I'm heading to work. I thought a totally fair and reasonable reply.
No, what are you talking about? You literally implied they weren't legitimate, Jeremy. You fucking dum-dum. Jesus. The Copium? Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, or just, hey, it is what it is. Well, let me give you what Lieutenant Trash has to say. Millions voted early. Early votes are Democrat. Early votes are counted last. Shut the F up. Every vote counts. Every voice counts. Except 4 and 5 don't seem to line up. You're contradicting yourself there, Lieutenant Trash. It's clear you're a high-key Trump D-rider. Trump was behind all night last night. Your fan base sucks. I mean...
He did a gay voice at the end there. See that? That's a lisp. That's a lisp. It means you're big gay. Big gay energy, Lieutenant Trash. How dare you? Shut the fuck up, Jeremy. You're low T. You low T thin penis.
I mean, what? I mean, first of all, no, he wasn't. Second of all, I mean, if you pull up the Electoral College, I mean, he still did decently. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, which I kind of was hoping it was. By the way, in either direction, what I don't want is this days and days and days of people fighting and and not moving forward. I mean, look, I want the election to be fair.
It is.
If there needs to be recounts, then there need to be recounts.
There don't.
If there's a clear winner, then Trump should, after exhausting his legal remedies, whatever his actions that he has, he should concede if he loses.
Oh my God, he said a correct thing, finally.
And Joe Biden should concede if he loses.
Not happening.
It doesn't look like Joe Biden's going to lose right now, but who knows? There's a lot of questions in the data. There's a lot of questions now, what they're doing with these mail-in ballots.
There aren't questions about that.
Ultimately...
Your election was entirely legitimate.
The next couple days' content is going to be about this. It's all anyone... As much as people say they don't want to watch this content, it's like, what else do you talk about? How do I talk about, some stupid celeb, saying something stupid? You're like...
A stupid celeb saying something stupid. Wow.
This is a big deal in America, right? And it's funny that, for me, I'm ready to go down the road, all right? Look, the bills aren't going to pay themselves. Food's not going to get put on the table by itself. My parents, still need me to carry their solar salt down to the basement and put it in the water softener, regardless of who the president is, all right? And a lot of people are like, ooh, maximum cope. It's really not.
Maniac Salami, thanks for following.
I mean, it's just the normal reaction of a normal person.
I fucking hope so. It doesn't seem like it on Twitter when you tweet, Jeremy. I'm in full agreement here with you, Chad. I believe he is in cope mode. Jeremy should start writing his videos with at least an outline, but I'm afraid it would be worse. He can't write.
I didn't loaf around the house and do nothing when George Bush Jr. won, and I didn't like that. It's just, you got to get on down the road. You got to work.
Good call, baby boo. Good call.
Excessive Observer, thanks so much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He was anti-George W. Bush, but pro-Donald Trump. I need you to hold me, chat. I need you to hold me.
Work. You got to get, got to handle, you got to take the dog out to go pee. That's just the way it goes. But people like Lieutenant Trash and, other folks on Twitter are just still awful people.
True.
Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.
No one fucking likes you. You're dumb. Nobody likes him. Do you think Jeremy... How sad do you think Jeremy is, honestly? Like, in general. I feel like he's a very sad person. I feel like he's genuinely a really sad guy.